Let's be clear here, silver's pretty shiny, and if you want to get a lot of it for a good price, check out AOL.com, link in the description down below. Welcome ladies and gentlemen, my name's Dychronic, host on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be talking about these Xur's location, his random rolls, my recommendations for August 20, 2021. You can find the Xur in his regular spot in the tower. Just head over into the top left section of the hangar. You can find him right here next to the railing. I don't know why that guy's down there. Like a second-class citizen? What are you doing down there? You can actually approach him from down here. Okay. This is a high overview in case this is all you wanted. First up today, we have the Trinity Ghoul, which is an exotic primary ammo bow. Now this bow is actually pretty nice. I would not say it's a good bow, but it is a lot of fun. And there is somebody out there with 10 million kills on this bow because it has this special little lightning rod effect with the catalyst that makes it kind of ridiculous. So if you've never heard of it, fires an arrow that splits when released. Aiming down sights, fully drawing the bow back decreases the spread to make it basically just one shot, but you'll see a bunch of different numbers that will be around the same as a regular arrow shot. But it's kind of like a shotgun without fully drawing it back, but in my opinion, that's not really that great. The other part of it, lightning rod, precision kills grant the next shot chain lightning capabilities. And if you have the catalyst, it also makes it so it triggers from any arc damage final blow. So that includes your subclass, that includes this weapon. It does not need to be precision once you have the catalyst, which drastically increases the efficacy of this weapon. Because literally all you have to do is just shoot out a little twibbly bit, it hits the ground in 3 different locations, and then it shocks everything nearby. And as long as you get 1 kill from it, you get it back. So if you have a lot of enemies that are very weak, like for example in the Thrallway and the Shattered Throne, you just literally infinite ammo, infinite time, you just get 10 million kills. Now beyond that, I'm not a big fan of bows, but this is definitely one of the fun bows because again, you get lightning rod all the time as long as you can actually kill one enemy with one of your shots. And even if you can't kill enemies every single shot, it still is a lot of fun. Up next for the Hunter Exotic, we have the Raiden Flux, one of the better Hunter Exotics in the game. I believe this is top 10, maybe top 5, depends on what you like in the game, and a lot of people are missing out on the fact that Arc Staff plus this makes it last a lot longer, which means that you have a super for longer, meaning you can do more damage with your super, and you can resist damage with the damage resistance of your super for a longer period of time. You combine this with the Way of the Wind, which I think is the bottom one, you go dodge, and that also gives you extra resistance on top of everything else. And if you've never heard of it, basically quick successive attacks and hits with Arc Staff increase its damage and duration. It does not count just swings in the middle of the open, you have to be hitting an enemy. But if you do hit an enemy, you can do like 27 light attacks in a row, and that's pretty high. As far as your roll goes, damn, look at that roll. As far as the roll goes, it is kind of ridiculous. Total stats of 67 is above average. In this particular exotic, you'd like to see intellect. In general, you'd like to see recovery and mobility, and it has a lot of recovery, it has a lot of intellect, and you could compensate the mobility because not a lot of other things are wasted. So this is an excellent roll for a pretty good exotic. And just so you're wondering, in case you're wondering, it has this ornament. It looks much better. Oh yeah. Up next for the Titan Exotics, we have the One-Eyed Mask. One of the best Titan Exotics in the game. Used to be absolutely 10 out of 10 broken, and nowadays it's in the top 5, probably the #1 best PvP Titan Exotic in the game. It really depends if you like Dune Marchers or this better, but I think overall One-Eyed Mask performs better for a lot of people. If you've never heard of it, it highlights enemies who dare to damage you. This is going to give them a red silhouette, which helps discern them from the background of certain foliage, and track down your enemy to get an overshield. So once you kill that specific red highlighted enemy, you get an overshield, which can help you survive and fight multiple people at the same time, and it's very useful. That in itself is really strong. When this first that came out, you could see enemies through walls, the vengeance lasted a long time, the cooldown was shorter, you got a damage bonus, it healed you immediately, you got, like, it was crazy. I don't know how they thought it was a good idea when it came out. And Bungie, can we get like ornaments for this? I know that there is one, but can we get more ornaments for this thing? It's like, just face that direction. Anyways, for the roll of this exotic, not a big fan, a little bit below average total stats. It doesn't have high recovery, mobility is okay, resilience is nice, so it's a PvP stuff. And then I guess if you're into punching, you know, you can use strength, but not really the best roll for this particular exotic. And finally, one of the worst exotics in the game. We have the Warlike exotic, the Sanguine Alchemy. Its main perk here, and it used to actually be different. They actually just completely changed it when they changed One-Eyed Mask the final time. Blood magic. Weapon kills while standing in a rift, pauses the rift's cooldown, extending the duration. Further kills maintain and extend the length of that pause. And that pause will last a very long time, but the thing is, it doesn't work with well. Extending a rift is not that good, and if you were in Attunement of Grace, as long as you have your teammate in the rift the whole time, you have infinite rifts anyways. You don't need to spend an exotic on something that I really don't want. Makes me sit in one spot the whole time. What's the point? Even in the highest level play in Grandmaster Nightfalls, where you do want to sit in the same spot every time, you can't depend on getting kills in order to extend the effects. It just I don't get it. Revamp the revamp. Although it looks very nice. Let me be clear. It looks very nice. Like, it's got a lot of character to it. As far as your roll goes, total stats of 61 also is pretty low. This particular exotic, you'd like to have a lot more recovery. Generally, you'd like a lot more recovery, and it's a warlock, so you'd like a lot more recovery. So it does have the recovery that you need. It also has pretty low mobility, which is what most people want on a warlock, and so the distribution is not bad. The total stats is pretty bad, and this exotic in general is really bad. Outside of that, make sure you're picking up your exotic Cypher quest. If you don't know, every single week you can pick up a Xenology from the Xur with all of your characters to do Crucible and Gambit and Strikes and higher level stuff of this, and you get an exotic Cypher, which you can either spend on the exotic archive or on this exotic engram, which I also recommend getting because it guarantees you an exotic you've never received before, and it's a high stat roll. Oh, good. Oh, well, that went to the postmaster. I don't even know why I checked. Yo, a 66, high discipline. Not a bad roll, not a bad roll. You guys can't see it, but it's not a bad roll. It's not a bad roll. Anyways, that's the end of it. Oh, right, forgot it was down here. That's gonna be the end of it. Make sure you come check out my live streams at twitch.tv/Dychronic. We're not playing Destiny 2 for the rest of the season, but we are playing some other fun stuff, so come check it out. And we will be doing some more Destiny 2 at the start of next season. And of course, a big thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Specifically, a big thank you to Mary Voodoo, Mom, Dad, Luco, Dr. Strange, Joe Smith, Monday, Steve Octonus, Raymond Shonu, Panther, Casey Reagan for their support on Patreon. And that's it. That's the end of it. My name is Dychronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.